Alrighty. So, I've been drawing anime fan art for 4 or so years now, and today I just want to share my 5 biggest lessons that I wish I could have told my younger self, specifically through the lens of this Chie drawing. Yeah, I guess I'll just get right into it. Just a quick background. Basically, fan art is just how I started. I'm just self-taught. I really just was inspired with characters I liked through various stories and media, and so Chie was pretty much the first time I ever want to actually draw seriously. And I realized that, well, looking back on it overall, I just had no idea what I was doing. I watched various guides and YouTube videos that specifically warned me to avoid a variety of mistakes, and I still made them. And so, honestly, I guess I just want to use that as a reference just to help someone else. So, lesson number 1, just getting straight into it. Don't try too hard to create a unique art style. So, pretty much for the longest time when I first started, I thought that a unique art style is like what helps make an artist stand out. And that is true. However, thinking about it or overthinking the art style leads to like a big trap, in my opinion. So it led me to constantly second guessing literally everything I drew. Like, I would draw something naturally, and then I would just like erase or just change something just to like draw something that like looks different. So for instance, with Chie or just Persona in general, I didn't want to make my art style look like I was just copying it, which is ironic because I realized that like the more I overthought that, the more it led to me just like having this weird hybrid awkward art style. That's probably a separate video I should be making on it, but specifically I was trying too hard to be unique, if that makes sense. And that's something that just needs to be developed naturally. Honestly, there's nothing else I can really say about that. Once I stopped worrying about being unique, I realized that I was able to just draw in a way that just felt natural to me, and then I realized that is actually what an art style is. There is a lot of nuance to it. It's not just like this black and white, like, art style doesn't exist. I just want to say don't overthink it. Draw in a way that comes naturally. So that leads me to my next point. Lesson number 2, don't overthink the tools and the software. And I guess I'll just add in the medium to it. When I first started, actually, I had come from a hiatus of drawing in general. I used to do it a lot, just casually, doodling in school, stuff like that. And so when I made my return, I was overthinking that I needed this super optimal tablet, and I needed the perfect setup, I needed the perfect this, that, and the other. And so then my return actually was delayed by like another year. I've been meaning to get back into art sooner than when I did, and then I overthought the medium. And funny enough, it was my friend that told me that, like, dude, literally just draw the pencil. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, I made another mistake, which is I was overthinking needing a perfect brush. So I don't know if others would relate to this, but like I wasted hours upon hours looking up like the perfect paintbrush, perfect line art. There's these artists online that I follow on like Twitter. I would pretty much just like check like through their entire replies tab, seeing if anyone like asked them about brushes. And I ended up coming across this artist I really liked, and she posted her brush, and I was able to get it specifically through Clip Studio Paint. And when I tried to use it, and I was very surprised because I realized that I was trash with this pencil. And so I realized that, okay, so like this is going to sound generic, but it is not about the tool. It is about the artist behind it. And it started to click because I started to realize there are a lot of artists out there that just use the basic standard brush that is in their program. For instance, basic round brush for Photoshop. So just want to leave you on that. Just draw something that's comfortable with you. I guarantee you default brushes is enough. I think it's valid to customize or valid to use something that you believe will help you reach a style or help you reach a certain energy that an artist might use, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. And so lesson number 3 is about artist envy. Specifically, I think comparing yourself with more experienced artists is actually not a bad thing, but it depends on how you do it. So if you do it out of self-curiosity or just inspiration, it can really inspire you to sit and go, what is it that I like about this person's art? And it gets you to actually try to learn from that lens instead of feeling discouraged by it. And so I say this because there's many times where I finish something after, I don't know, 10 or so hours. Then I post it and I'm like, oh, okay, yes, nice. And I scroll on social media and I just see the most 11 out of 10 illustration I've ever seen in my entire life. It made me feel so terrible. It's just miserable. I think you should use it, or in general, whoever is starting or whoever's listening to this, using it to inspire or, okay, what can I do better? That is a frame you should focus on. In other words, if I were to just word it very straight to the point, look at them to inspire your growth, not to shame yourself. Lesson number 4, do not get stuck in homework mode. So this is a touchy one for me because this has to do with one of the worst art burnouts I've ever experienced my entire life. So long story short, I basically fell into the trap of just doing studies and gesture drawing and construction practice basically 24/7. And I had this idea that by doing it more, how can I explain it? If I do it 100 times more than other artists, this is gonna sound very anime, I apologize, but it's the truth. By doing it 100 times, 10 times more than other artists, I was like, oh, that'll help me surpass them or just be, just a lot better. So every day, it got to the point where I stopped drawing fun stuff and I was just drawing gestures and shapes in perspective. And then I just started to hate art because I was not drawing anything I liked or anything I had fun with. So overall, I just want to end this lesson on just, it's okay to do studies, but make time to draw the stuff that actually gets you to want to draw. If you don't want to draw boxes, then don't, straight up. Whereas I didn't want to draw boxes and I just kept trying to because I thought that'd make me better, which it will, but it's all about balance. And so finally, lesson number 5. This is actually very similar, but it's a different flavor where I'm going to call this lesson, don't just watch tutorials, actually draw more. So in the beginning, I don't know if others will relate to this, but in the beginning, I was just binging so much content on YouTube that was related to art tutorials and how to draw this, how to draw hands, feet, proportions, stuff like that. And basically, I would treat that as my drawing session. Basically, how could I put it? It's by watching all those tutorials, it made me think that oh, I got my drawing of the day, it's like homework, right? But there is no replacement to actually just drawing. And so, yeah, it's been 4 years since this pencil drawing of Chie, and I'm still learning, and I still have a long ways to go. But at least now I finally feel like I'm in the right headspace. I don't really have the same fear or pressure. I'm basically just doing it because I just love drawing character art. It's as simple as that. So if you're on this journey too, I hope I was able to say something that was helpful to you. And let me know in the comments which of these lessons might have resonated with you the most. And what's something that you wish you could tell yourself 4 years ago, 5 years ago? I'm interested in reading what you guys have to say. And yeah, I hope this helped. Please subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.